Then there's the Chicago Bears. They're playing the San Francisco 49ers. They're 4-point dogs on the road in San Francisco. Look, if you like the Bears, I hope you got them on Sunday. When we talked about it, they were at 6.5.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now it's 4 and probably headed to 3.5. Everything is on the Bears. And I think one team is feeling relieved. They got rid of their head coach that the players hated. I mean, the unpacking of this the past few days as a Chicago sports fan has been like revelatory. It's been interesting. It's been everything that we thought it was, only nobody would say it. And now that it's over, everyone's getting to see the truth, um, which is that Eberflus was a bad coach who the players didn't like. And then one team is wondering what happened to its season. And now Christian McCaffrey is on the IR again, probably out for the year. Jordan Mason, his backup, who had rushed for almost 1,000 yards in his place, he's on IR, likely done for the year. Like at some point, the value on the Bears, I think, is gone. But I'm not dying to bet this game.
No, and like Trent Williams might be back, but he's dealing with a lot of stuff going on the off field right now. We're thinking about
Yeah,
him, obviously, and his family. Like he's going through hell, and
and he has and like he's been day to day for 2 weeks
yeah,
with
he's
his ankle.
injured, right? And it's
So
like they only could take so much. This we always talk about. This was a team that was very top heavy, right? They were stars and scrubs, and with all these stars out, they're just nowhere near the same team they were last year. And um, Purdy is totally out of his like comfort zone. Like he has, he's fought through injuries as well, but with all those weapons going and this offensive line not being what it is, you can just tell he's not obviously the same player as he was these past 2 seasons. So that Bears number 6.5, that was like, what in the
a
world is this
gift.
number? Yeah, it really was. And it sucks it's come down because I already knew this week the professionals were on the Bears. They've been on the Bears every week for the last feels like 4 weeks. So you knew they'd be on it. I thought, okay, the San Francisco 49ers, even if they lose by 14, I still think the public would come on their side. They have totally jumped ship on this team. Like the public and the professionals now are
Yeah.
on this Bears team. So in a normal year, me and Chad would hammer this 49ers team because this is just the spot to take them. This is where you back the books here. But this has not been a normal year. I mean, even last night, like the books desperately needed the Cleveland, right? All the money, every teaser in the world was tied to that team, and it didn't hit. Same with that Bills game. Like they desperately needed the 49ers. It wasn't even close. It was a blowout. Like we've just seen this year, the favorites have been kind of prospering in this spot. So yeah, the public side, it's Joe Public. I know the Bears right now is, but right now, as you sit here right now, I'll take it. But I know I'm going to get some calls about this one, Chad, because I do think the number might have moved too much at this point, and maybe we've missed the value on this Bears team. The value has shifted to the 49ers, but it's still 3.5. It feels like, isn't there still value there? Maybe at 3, I can shift it and lie to myself and say, no, this is when I take the 49ers. But they feel like a team that's totally quit on the season because of everything that's going on with the Bears. Every week they've been in it down to the last play, and they just has not broke their way right these last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I'll take the Bears here. They deserve the respect to have this 3.5.
Well, look, the Bears are certainly going to be rejuvenated by the fact they got rid of their coach, by the fact they feel there might be some competent decision making in the 2 to 3 times when you need it the most from your head coach, game management, clock management, timeouts, etc. They just haven't had that, right? And so they've been playing at a disadvantage. Are they going to be so psyched, have such a good attitude? They're not going to get down from bad mistakes. You're not wrong. This team has been fighting to stay in every game despite playing with an anchor around their ankles as their head coach, right? I mean, they just have. He makes so many bad decisions. So it's really interesting to me that so many people are buying into that narrative, which to me is when you got to fade it. Like
Right.
I any other year, you're right. We're hammering the Niners at this point. If you think about the contest, it's going to be 3.5 in the contest. So we just, whatever we want it to get to in real life, and I'd like it to get lower so I can play the Niners, it's going to be 3.5 in the contest. And I would hate to play the Bears here.
Mm.
I think I think we'd be miserable playing the Bears here.
I don't know. I just think I just think it's yeah. You're right. You're right. You probably would be.
You know,
Yeah, it's tough.
it's tough.
Especially because
Um,
like I'm the douche sitting here on the 6.5 tickets where it's like, oh, I can just not even bet this one now. I already got the good number on the Bears,
yeah,
but we don't play that here. So yeah, I'll definitely have more info on this come Thursday. But right now, as we sit here, I'm with you. It feels like I'm walking into a trap, but I can't help myself taking the Bears here.
it's fascinating. You're not wrong about Brock Purdy either. What a difference it makes not having Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah,
You know, that was the guy he was always throwing to. So
yeah. If you needed 20
now,
yards, I was his guy.
like they've got nobody who can get separation between Ayuk and McCaffrey. Those were his safety blankets. That's where the majority of his passes went. And all of a sudden, the guy who led them to an NFC title game and a Super Bowl in his first two seasons and has a big contract coming up. Now you got to wonder, is he going to get a max deal? Who's going to pay him? Like, what's
Mm.
his deal going to look like?
Well,
Uh,
I know talking to people that work in the organization, John Lynch, midway through the season, was kicking himself not moving off Debo. Like they were trying to move him before the season. He thought, you know what, I'll keep the band together one more year and then we'll trade him next year. Because Ayuk, they're tied to Ayuk now for years to come. And Debo's value is just the bottom of the barrel now. That
yeah.
guy, he is not that good right now.